Sheikh Al-Baghdadi and the Jinn in the city of El-Mohammadiya, a small town in the Benarouz Governorate of Tunisia. Sheikh Abdulmajid Al-Baghdadi was known as a famous cleric. The local people considered him someone who had the ability to communicate with jinn and to treat houses where it was said supernatural beings resided. His name was intertwined with secrets and strange events among the townspeople, and many residents would visit his house to seek help. One of the most significant incidents occurred in an old house in the heart of El-Mohammadiya. The house's owner, a widow with 2 children, claimed that unnatural and terrifying events were happening in the house. One of her sons had mysteriously disappeared a few years earlier, and after 2 years, he returned, but in a deranged state and suffered from repeated seizures. Sheikh Al-Baghdadi, along with one of his friends, referred to in some accounts as Sheikh Al-Baghdadi, was invited to the house to control the presence of the jinn by reciting the Quran. When the sheikhs entered the house, the dark and damp atmosphere, along with the heavy silence, doubled the sense of fear. Every step they took on the stone floor echoed, and the smell of moisture and old soil filled the air. When they opened the Quran and began to recite, the room's atmosphere changed. A cold breeze blew from everywhere, and the candles one by one went out. Indistinct whispers were heard from the dark corners, as if someone was murmuring verses or names that no human could pronounce. Books on the table moved by themselves, and their pages turned. A wooden chair shook and fell to the ground, as if an invisible force had pushed it. As the Quran recitation grew louder, the shadows became more defined. Elongated and unstable shapes emerged from the walls and circled the room. Small, glowing lights, like the eyes of invisible beings, followed the sheikh's movements. Suddenly, a loud and terrifying scream came from the ceiling. Objects flew through the air, and the vases on the shelves toppled. Sheikh Al-Baghdadi continued with all his strength, reciting each verse aloud. The shadows retreated and vanished, yet the feeling of fear and the strange pressure in the air remained. The residents later said that the whispers and shadows were still present even when the house was empty. That same night, Al-Baghdadi and Al-Baghdadi, after observing strange signs, moved toward a hidden corridor and a deep cellar, a passage that the locals called the way to the world of the Jinn. The walls were covered with soil and darkness, and the sound of dripping water echoed in the silence. After a while, a faint light was seen at the end of the tunnel. They emerged from the cellar and found themselves in a vast plain. With a black sky and a house made of clay and mud, from which a muted and terrifying chant could be heard. Strange, shadowy creatures with semi-transparent bodies and no legs circled around them. Among them, a massive being appeared and asked in a terrifying voice, "Why have you come to this place which is forbidden for humans?" Al-Baghdadi and Al-Baghdadi trembled as they replied, "We lost the way back." The being said, "This house belonged to us before humans inhabited it, and we took revenge on anyone who disturbed us." Then it warned, "Return and never look back, or you will pay a heavy price." Without stopping or looking back, they proceeded toward the exit. But a sudden and overwhelming scream came from behind them. Sheikh Al-Baghdadi was very frightened, yet he never looked back. The scream of Al-Juraydi rang out, and he never emerged from the cave. Al-Baghdadi was the only one able to exit the cellar. A few days later, the residents reported the mysterious death of Al-Baghdadi. His body was found in a small apartment with strange and inexplicable signs. Parts of his body were severed, and ants had consumed his head. The old house was also demolished, and a mosque was built on top to seal the hidden passage. Although this story is not officially recorded in reputable media, it is recounted among the people of El-Mohammadiya as one of the most real experiences of contact with the Jinn. Stories that are still passed down from generation to generation and serve as a silent warning to anyone who passes by the old house at night.